All right, welcome back. This is Health Matters with me, Dishan Kumar. Today's topic is artificial heart valves. Now, we talked earlier to Mike Lin, the Managing Director of Edward Lifesciences, Southeast Asia. We talked about a bit more of the technical side of artificial heart valves, but today with me is Colin. Colin, thank you for joining us. You actually have a heart valve in you right now.
Yes, absolutely. Until the day I die, I'm part Edwards.
Okay, so let's start off with what actually happened. What was the story behind that? When did you know there was something wrong with your body?
I've always known that I have a slight, very minor issue, like everybody else. Yeah. So since I was very young.
Yeah. And when did you realize that you actually needed some treatment, some help, and things like that?
My usual exercise regimen. Being a sports coach.
So you were a very active person?
Yes, very, very active.
Okay.
My usual training regimen was getting less and less effective, and I was finding it more and more difficult to keep up and getting more tired. And then came a day I actually fainted, and my dad said, you better go and see a doctor.
How old were you when this happened?
About 47.
Yeah. You were 47.
Yeah.
Leading an active lifestyle, a healthy lifestyle, and suddenly you feel like something's wrong with your body. So when you went to see the doctor, what did they say?
When I went to see the doctor, they said that, I have a problem with my valve. The problem that has been noted has gotten worse. And, so they put me on the exercise machine.
The treadmill.
The treadmill, test me out. And then after the test, it came back very healthy.
Oh, they said you were very healthy.
Yes, because I managed to finish a certain level of the treadmill. So they said that was a very healthy level.
Even though with that valve not functioning well?
Yes, correctly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So but then did you tell them that you still felt that there was something wrong?
They said, just monitor it, and then they got me to see a cardiologist and that kind of stuff. And the cardiologist also said, you're still quite healthy, you can put it off and we'll wait and see what happens.
And then what happened when you decided that you actually needed to change your valve?
Actually, I went to see after the cardiologist, I was advised to see, I saw a couple of cardiologists, a second opinion, and they all said the same thing. But when I went to see a heart surgeon, he said that basically this will not go away. I mean, this kind of sickness doesn't go away. Medicine doesn't doesn't treat it, Can make the symptoms less, but it doesn't treat it. And he said something that was very meaningful. He said, while you're young and healthy, you might as well, go for the operation and get it over and done with.
No, which is true, because if you're 47 at the time, maybe 47, 48, you wouldn't want to wait the next 10 years and then still go for the operation, because then it's going to be
Well, that was what the cardiologists were alluding to, you can wait for quite a few years. But
that was a very interesting thing, like, as we are healthy, because going through an operation, changing your valve and everything, it takes a toll on your body.
Well, yeah, exactly. And what the surgeon said was, if you do it when you're healthy, then the after operation, your chances of recovering well and all that are higher because you're healthy.
Exactly. All right. And then what happened? You went for the process. How long did it take? What did you go through? How was it breaking the news to your family, saying that I have to go for major surgery?
I think the doctor saying that, as with any surgery, there's a small percentage that something may go wrong. That was reality check at that point in time. And while I was ready to say to him, okay, let's do it tomorrow, right? But that statement made me pause. And I said, maybe I should get some of my minor things in life in order. So I said, give me 3 months, and we scheduled. He says, anyway, it would take a while to schedule you if you're not in an emergency case. So 3 months is good. So I took 3 months. We decided to do it 3 months later.
And going into that operation theatre, everybody has that. I've been in an operation theatre. That few seconds going to the operation, you feel like You have this fear of
Okay,
the unknown.
it didn't start to strike me until I was like the night before, because I was the first patient of the day.
Okay.
Okay, so it's an early morning start, and then after midnight, when the ward becomes quiet. Right? And then you start thinking,
sitting there
right?
with your thoughts, yeah.
and then it didn't help when they were wheeling me into operating theatre. They had already put set me up and all that, and I was falling asleep.
Yeah.
So my eyes were shut, and I could still hear. I was still cognizant, right? And they're wheeling me in, and suddenly the nurses have a slight argument, and one of them said, I clearly remember saying, he's not going to make it into OT at this rate. That's what he said. Was a male nurse, and I, in my dazed state, I immediately pricked up, and I wanted to ask them, wait, what do you mean?
Yeah.
But of course I couldn't. I was already sort of, paralyzed, on the bed, right?
And you can hear all of this.
Yes, and I would not wish that on anybody, even my worst enemy.
Very scary experience.
Yeah, very scary.
Okay. After the operation, how has been your life so far?
After the operation, I will say that mine was not a straightforward case after operation. Not because of the valve. The valve was working optimally, but my own heart, apart from that, my whole vascular system, I had to take medication to support the rest of my blood pressure and that kind of stuff. And I did not react well to the medication. So it's taken some time for the doctors to get it right. But I'm pleased to say that about 6 months ago, I went for the test, and I've been fully cleared for diving and everything again.
Amazing.
Yeah, so being a dive instructor, not being able to dive.
Yeah, that's the worst thing ever. Yeah.
It's it's a blow, right? Yeah.
Okay, and the type of valve that you actually pick, because you were talking earlier to Mike, he was saying there's a few types of valves. There's like the mechanical one, there's a tissue, so I believe you have a tissue valve?
Yes, so I have the Edwards third generation valve. And it's, they monitor it once a year. I basically see the doctor now once a year, just as to monitor.
Yeah, just to see whether everything's okay.
Yeah, and they do a.
Is this like a yearly checkup thing?
Correct.
Okay.
And everything's working perfectly fine.
And how has your family been after that, seeing you all healthy again?
I think.
Because it's a lot to go through for a family.
It's a lot, it's a lot to wrap your mind around. It's a whole change of how you view life. Before, I was always stuck in this, trying to earn enough money, to get enough money to pay the bills, and suddenly life has taken on so much more of a dimension in life. And it has, I must say, it has really benefited our business and brought the business forward, because as the leader, when you have a new vision, a new way of thinking, new way of looking at life, then everything becomes renewed, right? So it's been just these last 7 years have been an amazing ride. It's not been perfect, it's been ups and downs, but it's been one heck of a ride.
Okay, I hate to put you on the spot here, but I just want to ask one very deep question. What will be the biggest lesson for you going through all of this and staring that in the face and saying, it's not my time now, I'm going to fight? And
I think the biggest lesson, can I give 2 lessons?
Sure.
I think the first lesson for myself I've learned is that life is a lot more than what you perceive it to be. In your little corner, I never realized I was in a little corner, but now I do, and I see it in so much more technicolor. The second lesson I learned is this: whatever it is, attend to it early. Do your research. go see a doctor. It may not be a valve, right? We're talking about valves right now. It may be something else. But do it early. Don't put it off, right? Get the advice from a doctor and take the necessary steps early.
All right. Final question, anybody watching at home who think they might have a problem, they might want to see a cardiologist, they think that like you, leading healthy lifestyles, but then realizing that they're getting very tired very early, what would be your advice for them?
Yeah, I would say if it's out of your normal routine, don't put it down to, oh, I'm getting older, so therefore it's, that's the usual sort of excuse,
Mindset,
right?
Yeah.
But it's a cop-out, and from my perspective, what happened to me, it was fear. It was my dad pushing me and saying, no, you go see the doctor, right? And if you're lucky enough to have that, great. But even if not, I would say, go see a doctor early. Take that step early.
All right. Thank you so much, Colin, for your time.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
All right, and thank you for watching. This has been Health Matters with me, Dishan Kumar. We discussed heart valves from very different perspectives because that's what we want to do on the show. And I hope you enjoyed the show. Please join me in the next episode. Thank you. Goodbye.